Hey, welcome back to Open, everyone. Ballet Hispánico is the leading Latino dance organization bringing the community together to celebrate diversity within Latino culture through dance for nearly 50 years. And as part of Hispanic Heritage Month, the organization is having its third annual A la Calle block party celebrating Latinx unity, dance, and more. And with this year's theme being Unidos Por La Cultura, here to share more, we welcome 2016 Bronx Walk of Fame Artistic Director and CEO of Ballet Hispánico, Eduardo Vilaro. Hello.
Hello, buenos dias. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for bringing it back home.
Yes.
We love when you make your way back to the BX. That's it.
And it's right here. I mean, I grew up right here, right by Kingsbridge Road.
So how is that for you whenever you come?
Oh, I always love coming back, and I come back all the time just to pick up some food or to hang out, go to the Botanics is great, take my son there. But it was really an experience that formed me in who I am and how I perceive what our community is about and how I can serve that community.
And so being the executive director, right?
I'm both executive and artistic.
You're the CEO, you're
Yeah.
the executive officer, right?
Yeah.
So, chief executive officer, and you're also the, what is it?
Artistic director.
Right, the artistic director, which is the other component. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because those are two entirely different sectors.
Correct.
There's the business, and then there's the artistic component.
Yes.
And that's a lot of work for one person, especially for somebody who comes in with this stand, which you do, which is social consciousness, social equity, and just, social justice, right? I had the pleasure of seeing Ballet Hispánico perform at the Joyce Theater last year. Thank you for those tickets when we had you on. And I got to say, I was in awe over the presentation because there's a language being spoken without any words even being said. So just share a little bit about what inspires your storytelling and how you actually create it be it through dance, what is that process like?
Well, one of the first things I do is think about how I can use this incredible art form, which removes us from the space of spoken word and takes us into a realm that we need to sit in, investigate, and open our minds to and recognize that movement is part of who we are. I mean, as Latinos, we're moving. Look at me right now.
Right, we talk with our hands.
Niño, esto que lo otro. You know, you're constantly moving.
Right.
And so that is an incredible gift that I have to utilize movement as a vehicle to open dialogue, right? And so in bringing in and curating any kind of program, I ask choreographers to look into themselves. What do they want to say about their culture? What do they want to say about this culture? What's happening today? And so I always get a really interesting mix of different perspectives. And I always think it's like making a salsa, un poquito de cebolla, un poquito de tomate, un poquito de esto, que lo otro, and you're creating something new because that's what happens when we come here. As immigrants, we bring so much of the love that we left home,
Right.
but then we kind of fuse with certain other things, and there's this other newness. And I think that's what focuses me on the curatorial kind of part of the work there.
And it was really, really just refreshing to witness and experience the diversity within the Latinx culture come together, and there be nothing wrong with it, right? Because there could also be this sense of segregation within the Latino community.
Yes. And so it's important for me that this organization really shares the intersection of cultures in our diaspora. The indigenous, the African, the Asian, the Sephardic Jewish. There's so much. It goes on because that's what happened. Because let's remember, before Spain was Spain, it was a whole bunch of other things also, right? So we can't just say, oh, it's Spanish. that's a whole different thing. So it's always an interesting.
Well, it's kind of part of the conversation that we've been having all day on today's show, right?
Oh,
It's
yes,
just
yes,
recognizing, well,
absolutely.
recognizing where you come from, because we're mixed with a lot of things. I mean, if we wanted to get really technical, let's talk about Homo sapiens, or
Right,
sapiens,
right.
Well, we're not going to go all the way
Let's go
back
there. Let's not go there. Cro-Man. No. But I think that one of the things that I love to do is show that diversity, because what these processes, these structural processes of colonization, racism, white supremacy, what they do is that they keep us landlocked into that separation, right? And so if we continue to say, mira, yo sé de dónde vine y de dónde voy, then we can come together more. And that's what we have to do. We have to unite a little bit more and push up against those structures.
I agree. And so this beautiful block party.
So we
that
have this
you've
block
got,
party.
yes, which is,
Let's get to it.
right, yeah, because it's a la calle, right? I
Right,
love that, a la
right.
calle. Right? And the fact that it's really welcoming everyone to experience what this is that we're discussing.
Right. Well, so A La Calle started 4 years ago, and what I wanted to do was bring a little bit of the Bronx into the organization. And, growing up in the Bronx, your vacation was the block party. The swimming pool was the fire hydrant.
Right.
So but one of the things it did, it brought community together, right? In a way that we expected and we cherished. And so what our A La Calle is about that. It's about having that area, the Upper West Side, remember where their roots were. And also about sharing all of this culture and all of this that we've just talked about, the diversity. So we have our students, our young students performing, and that's beautiful to see. We have the professional company performing. So we equalize, there's no proscenium arch, there's no hierarchy. We equalize performance for all. Dance lessons, so you can come and get your Latino on and learn a little bit of salsa, bachata, merengue. There's food trucks, and it's just and la música, claro.
Of course. I mean, they're probably going to walk in there dancing.
So it's a really large celebration of just sharing.
Beautiful. And so I understand that we're going to get a taste of that today, right? A taste of one of the presentations. But before we even mention that, let's just really briefly share with everyone the Apollo Theater collaboration in November.
So in November, we have our season, our fall season at the Apollo, November 22nd and 23rd. And this is a very special performance because it's our second installation. We have been at the forefront of nurturing Latina, female artistic voices and choreographers. So this is a full program of female-led choreography. And so, and that is really important because we're giving that platform. And one of the things that I really hold on to is our founder, Tino Ramirez, created Ballet Hispánico to give access to the Latino artists and community. And we're doing that now because we understand that there is a need for female leadership.
Obviously, we are going to have to invite you back to discuss that further, and most importantly, give everybody a demonstration of that, because I got to say, from my perspective, I have the utmost respect and I admire the work that you're doing, and most importantly, como caballero, just honoring us women. I love that.
Yeah, you have to do it. I saw my mother, really come in as an immigrant and give us a life here, and they are the backbone of our community, nuestras madres, tías, abuelas, the women. But you're actually going to see this little excerpt that you're going to see today is part of the Apollo. And this is a really beautiful piece by Mexican-American choreographer Michelle Manzanales.
Awesome.
And it speaks to itself.
Yay, thank you.
Gracias.
Woo!
Always a pleasure.
And you guys, don't go anywhere. We have to take a quick break, but when we return, one of Ballet Hispánico's dancers, she's going to perform, what's she going to perform? What's the name of it?
Con brazos abiertos.
Con brazos abiertos. So don't go anywhere.